Travis, when you reflect back on last year, what was the biggest hurdle and the biggest challenge to adjusting from your role in college to what they're doing in this defense?
Obviously I was at a defensive end majority of the time. My hand was in the dirt. I had to make the transition to being in a two-point majority of the time, dropping back in coverage, making sure I'm light on my feet. I still have to make contact with those offensive linemen, but obviously I have to run with the running backs and wide receivers more than I did in college. So I think that was my biggest adjustment, and I think I've done pretty well.
Yeah, how much different is your comfort right now at this stage of camp?
This being my second year in camp, I feel a lot more comfortable. I put on a couple pounds that help me perform better, in my opinion. I know the playbook more. Everything is just slowed down as the years go by.
What was your playing weight last season versus now, and kind of what was your process like this offseason to bulk up?
Last year I was probably about 55 to 57, and now I'm about 62, 63. So, it was really just hitting the weight room real hard, trying to improve my explosiveness, my power, agility, just really things besides the playbook that I could do to help perform better, which is work on my body.
You play alongside some notable veterans in your position. Did you take anything from them in terms of their off-season regimen and kind of what you could do to work like they do?
Yeah, everybody has their own different regimen and their own different plan, but, they recover real well. I know they work really hard, and, it's a couple things that I steal from them. I can't give to the opponents that's probably watching this, but it's a good amount of things that helped me take the jump that I did.
You mentioned you're more comfortable after a year. How big of a difference was it actually having an off-season program versus last year, and also the preseason games that you have coming up here?
It's really just the reps. I get more reps. We got preseason coming up. I get to actually go through a training camp, OTAs and all that. Get more familiar with the playbook, more familiar with my teammates, building that trust with the guys around me. And I feel like it's helped me take a jump.
What do you hope to show in the preseason games in terms of transferring what you're doing now to the game action?
I plan to play really well, and regardless of the results, I'm gonna give it my all, and I'm gonna leave it all out on the field at the end of the day.
It's still early, obviously, training camp 9-10 days in, but can you see already, based on what you've done so far, that you're going to make a bigger impact this year, or is it still just a matter of opportunity and learning and things falling right for you?
I have a tremendous amount of faith in myself, and I know the opportunities that will be given to me preseason and throughout the season, I'll take advantage of. So I think I'll do pretty well, and just me giving it 100% effort, I think that'll carry me through a lot of things.
But it looks like now there's a trash can with a backboard and a rim on it. Is this thing evolving right now?
Yeah, so we did the basketball bin, and we broke it before we even got to actually give it a try. So they put the blue bin back out there, and that's a lot more durable, and it's a bigger area. So the defense broke it. So our coach just had us take a couple practice dunks, and by the end of the practice dunks, it was broke. So
do you guys have to try to make a better model of that, or are you just going to go back to the blue and keep it simple?
Right now we're going to keep it simple with the blue, but come game time or preseason games, whenever, I don't have no clue what they'll pull out, honestly.
You come in as a rookie.
We heard you guys were watching film of the miss.
I don't know who broke it. I just come off, try to grab it, and it was broke, so I looked for the next bin, and it was a blue one.
Who came up with this idea?
It would be our defensive coordinator, Coach Desai, Sean Desai. So, to my knowledge, and it's pretty fun. I know football isn't basketball, but a lot of us play basketball in recent years in our sports life. So, just mixing it up a little bit, and it's a creative way to get us amped to create turnovers.
You feel different energy out there with this defense compared to last year? Maybe some more swagger or anything?
Oh yeah, most definitely. We're it's funny because this year this is the most that I've seen guys, staying after practice, doing extra work, and everybody's coming together. We're trusting each other, building confidence in each other, and I think we have something special, as we always have.
You think that's a Sean Desai thing?
I can't really say who it is, but I just know that with the defensive coordinator, all of our position coaches, everybody is all in, and it's a great feeling when everybody has each other's back, and I think that propels us to want to even go harder for each other.
You came in, obviously, like we've talked about before, without off-season program, without preseason games, but you also switched positions from where you played in college. How dramatic of a change was it? How much different was what you're being asked to do now versus what you did in college?
It was very different. You know, mostly in college, I just plugged the gaps, plugged the B gap or set the edge. But, you know, now, like I said, I'm running with running backs, you know, wide outs, slots. And, you know, those guys have some speed. Marquise Godwin, Darnell Mooney, as y'all know, you know, those guys are pretty fast. And even the tight ends, being able to run with those guys, you know, the reps is obviously making me better, but it's a whole different ball game now that instead of just ripping gaps and setting the edge.